here I am at the end of my pathway of level 5. And I'd like to just review with you what I've experienced on this journey. Now, I've been a member of Casterbridge Speakers for 16 years. So when I first started, we had books like this. Then along came a change. It was Pathways, a new learning journey from Toastmasters International. And like with many changes, there was resistance. And I have to say, I was one of the resistors. And I learned that with change, there is a sort of pattern. You get that shock and then denial. This can't be happening. And then frustration. Why did they have to change it? And then eventually acceptance. And I was so grateful to Laura, who embraced that change and helped lead us. She set the format for us to follow. And what I learned from this is that change happens and you need to embrace it rather than fight it. And that was just as well because an even bigger change then came, and that was COVID. And all our meetings had to go online, and we all had to learn how to do this online delivery. And following that was how to do hybrid meetings. So we had a lot to learn in that time, but that was invaluable for me in my training business. So what about pathways? When you start, you are given a choice. And from the assessment I did, the suggestion was that I did strategic leadership. But that didn't really do it for me. And I chose the third one down, dynamic leadership. Why? Well, it just kind of resonated more with me. And also with the leadership training I do, I'm always encouraging leaders to be passionate and enthusiastic and dynamic. So I thought this would really help me. What Pathways does is challenge you. And the challenges that I have faced going through this is, first of all, there is a wealth of information on the website, which you have to read. I recommend that you do read all that's required in your projects. And that wasn't what I was really comfortable with, but I had to learn to do that. Some of the projects encouraged research and finding out the information you needed to deliver your speech. So I had to explore. Again, not an area that I'm really comfortable with, but I learned to do it. And at the start and end of each project, you do a self-assessment. And that's a really good thing, to reflect. Have I improved? Am I any better? What am I going to take away from having done this project rather than just tick the box? And the third challenge was about creativity, finding creative topics to meet the projects that you are asked to do. In reviewing, going back over my pathway since the start of it, I looked at the time, and I started my first icebreaker in April 2018. And then I got to level 4 in January 2023. There seemed to be a block there. And I think from what I've seen, there's quite a few people reach a block when they get to level 4. And I'm not really sure why. But for me, I think it was distraction. I, at that time, was Vice President of Education And I kind of sidelined my development to focus on that. But also, I took on another pathway, engaging humor, and that kind of rocked my boat a bit more than this one. But I've learned you've got to complete what you started. So I went on and did level 4 and level 5. And as part of level 5, I had to do a high performance leadership. And that was really useful and the materials there on project management were really very useful. And I also had to do a 360-degree feedback. And again, invaluable in seeing how other people see you rather than how you see yourself. So pathways for me, 3 things: change, embrace it, choices you can make about the topics you choose and the speed with which you do it. And thirdly, face the challenges, be creative. Now, you might be sitting there thinking, well, that's all very well, Rosie, but what's in it for me? Why should I go down pathways? Why should I take up this thing? I would say to you, first of all, think about which pathway would really benefit you. Which one would help you meet your goals and aims? Or which one would you enjoy the most? And choose the one that's right for you. Choose the topics that you want to make your speeches on. And you can choose your pace that you work at. Because we all have busy lives and different impacts on us. So go at the pace. No one's going to force you. Well, we might encourage you a bit. The other aspect is the information that's there. There's a wealth of information there, so use it. And then again, there's that challenge. Pathways creates challenges for you. And when you meet those challenges, your confidence blossoms. And then you can use that confidence in other areas of your life. And when you face challenges, there's growth. And you can use that outside of Toastmasters in all aspects of your life. There will be the challenge to be a better leader. And we're all leaders in some form or another. So isn't it important that we look at improving our leadership skills? And it will give you support. Caroline has already mentioned about mentoring, and it is great to be a mentor, but there's also huge pleasure in being a mentor yourself. And the support from the materials that are out there, they are really extensive. And finally, what the pathways gives you is satisfaction, that sense of achievement. And it doesn't matter whether it's just the achievement of doing your first icebreaker, or, as in my case, finishing a whole pathway. It's a great feeling. What I would say to you is, in summary, Pathways is there. Use it. It's your challenge, and we will support you every step of the way.